We need to discuss USPS and realistic expectations when it comes to shipping times on shipped eggs and probably chicks too, just like things in general. I guess also we can talk about what I have found to be true about UPS. USPS priority mail used to be 2-day shipping. It might even still be listed as 2-day shipping, 2 to 3 day shipping. However, I think we all need to come to a point of acceptance where we understand that even priority mail shipping, we need to count on like 3 to 5 day shipping, sometimes even longer, depending on the plants that the eggs are passing through and what kind of field trips they take en route. Shipping out of Florida, where I'm at, if eggs are going through Atlanta or Jacksonville, which is like almost all of them, like look out, who knows where they're gonna end up. Had products shipped to me, not eggs, thank God. It was some oils for Zoe Moon, and they came from like Central Florida. I'm in North Florida, and they ended up in Puerto Rico before they made it back here to me in North Florida. But I say this because there is this expectation based on old information that hatching eggs are only going to take like 2 to 3 days to arrive to you. And that may be true in the same state sometimes if they don't get lost. But what I'm seeing this year is that it's more likely that even shipped priority mail, that packages are going to take, I would count on 5 days for packages to get to you, and if they get there early, then that's excellent. The only way to have like guaranteed ship times with USPS, and what that means is that if they don't honor the time that is on the receipt where they say the eggs will be delivered, or they will refund the price of shipping, it doesn't mean that is that a gray hair, y'all? Right there, do you see it? Oh my gosh, it's like a dog hair. Whew! Sorry, I got distracted on that one. Jesus. Wait, so with priority express shipping, if USPS does not deliver eggs packages at the date that they say on the receipt that they are guaranteed with priority express shipping, then they will refund the shipping costs to whoever holds the receipt, like in the post office. They are not great at honoring insurance claims. You would have better luck with working with the breeder to reship eggs and to get an insurance claim to go through with the post office when it comes to hatching eggs. Okay, but here's the thing. I don't believe that 5 days in shipping is a death sentence for hatching eggs. First of all, the rule of thumb is that eggs have about 10 days from the time that from the point of lay until they may start to lose viability. Now, the shipping process can be troublesome for eggs. Personally, I've hatched my own eggs as far out as like up to 3 weeks old with success. But again, because the shipping process can be hazardous on the eggs, of course it's not suggested for eggs to be that old at the point of incubating. I'm just saying that if eggs are shipped within 3 to 4-ish days of being collected, which is what most of us will do, that's kind of like the ethical time frame for breeders to ship hatching eggs. Now you gotta remember too, that's like the oldest egg is like 3 to 4 days old. So probably because we're shipping as soon as we have them available. So that means the majority of those eggs in that bunch are, probably 1 to 2 to 3 days old, right? So even if they're in transit for 5 days, they're still only 7, 8, maybe 9 days old, which I know sounds like a lot, but the thing to do is just get them in the incubator, right? Let them come up to room temperature, get them in the incubator, pointy side down. Personally, I put my eggs right into the incubator. I no longer wait 24 hours with them resting. I incubate them pointy side down with the egg turner off for at least the first couple days. Just see how they do, because you never know. You might be surprised by how well they do even after being lost in transit, or lost, even after taking some field trips in transit. Once you get them incubating, I'd say it's going to take about 5 days before you can and I mean, that's in lighter eggs, not in like those Morans and olives, but about 5 days in those lighter eggs before you will begin to be able to see some veining and development. In those darker eggs, 10 to 12 days. After that time period, you can candle, and then you can go from there before you start to really internally think about what happened to the hatching eggs in transit. It all starts with having realistic expectations of the shipping process, and what I have found this year is that realistic expectations is 5 days, even on priority mail, and that way if they come sooner, it's a win. It's also worth noting in this video that it feels as tragic for us as breeders as it does for you guys who are waiting on the eggs and who have paid for the eggs when they get lost or delayed in shipping. We hate it, y'all. We want you to have really successful hatches because it reflects good on us. We don't want you to spend your money and have things eggs get delayed or lost in shipping. Once we have packaged and left those eggs with USPS or whichever carrier we're shipping with, we are so totally powerless, y'all. There is nobody that we can talk to. There is no way to find out. Like, we have as much information as you are, and we want you to be successful literally as much as you do. Just saying, cut your breeders a break. They do not intend for y'all to go through this stress and ship. We don't want it for you. We don't want it either. I began receiving some requests this season to ship UPS, and so I have honored that, and I have been giving people the option, if you want, I can ship UPS this season. And this is what I actually had my first USPS package get delayed this week, which honestly isn't great because I've only been shipping with UPS. Have I been saying USPS? Now I'm talking about UPS. I've only been shipping with UPS for what, this year, a couple months now, and I've already had one package delayed in shipping. But what I found is that, with the exception of that one package, UPS tends to honor their shipping times more closely. However, they are much rougher on the eggs. Not like broken eggs, but like shaken up eggs, really dismantled air cells. So my personal preference is USPS when they ship in a timely manner and eggs don't have field trips. USPS seems to handle the eggs better than UPS does. However, UPS so far, with the exception of the one, seems to honor their shipping times more closely. So that is the battle, that's the choice that you'll have to make. And I won't make it for you. I can't be, that's too much responsibility for me, but that's the information that you have to go with. Anyways, I just really wanted to share with y'all the revelation that I had. It's a revelation about USPS, and that USPS just no longer offers 2-day shipping. It's not, unless you pay for Priority Express shipping. That is the only way. Priority mail is no longer 2 to 3 day shipping, y'all. You just, I mean, sometimes honestly, when I'm like entering numbers into like Pirate Ship or Click and Ship, sometimes the ground advantage mail shows that mail will arrive sooner than priority mail. I just always click priority mail because I feel like if anything were to go awry, it would be like the ground advantage packages that they'd just be like, fuck it, we'll get that later. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they should be giving more attention to the priority mail. So, but anyways, I just thought that was interesting. Just, this year's whacked.